Hey everybody, how are you? Welcome to your August 2020 monthly forecast for all signs, actually. I don't know about you guys, but Mercury retrograde is doing a real number on me. So I'm doing this while Mercury is still retrograde. Ignore me if I repeat myself or something or other, okay? Just, I'll try to remember everything that I meant to say, okay? Anyway, and we had really like a 2 week stretch of 90-degree plus weather in my area, and it was really, really bad. Made me sick, like a bunch of other people, made me ill. So on top of that and other things mechanical happening, I'm only finally getting to you now. Sorry. But anyways, okay, so Mercury in Leo is still retrograde up until the 11th when it turns direct, but, you might have to give it a few days to kick in before you notice it. Some people, believe it or not, actually notice it right away, but it's usually because of something in their chart, their own personal chart that's affected by it, okay? So it turns direct on the 11th and is still in Leo till the end of the month. And Venus actually moves into Leo on the 25th, and the Sun is in Leo up until the 22nd, okay? And then Mars is still in Virgo up until the 6th, and then it moves into Libra for the rest of the month, okay? And the Sun moves into Virgo on the 23rd, and there is a new moon in Virgo. I'm sorry. The 22nd is when the Sun moves into Virgo, and the new moon is on the 23rd in Virgo. There's a full moon in Aquarius on the 9th, okay? And Uranus is in Gemini just temporarily, and Saturn and Neptune are retrograde and are in Aries temporarily, okay? These three planets will move into these signs next year. Okay, I believe the beginning of next year. So we're just getting a little bit of a preview right now. Okay, and Jupiter is in Cancer along with Venus. Venus is in Cancer up until the 25th. Okay, so you couldn't ask for like a better aspect to have Jupiter and Venus together, traveling together in one sign. Okay, very, very nice. And Pluto is in Aquarius, and it is also retrograde. So thank you very, very much to my subscribers for liking and commenting and sharing my videos and inquiring about me. I really, really appreciate everything that you guys do for me. Thank you very, very much. And if you're new to my channel and you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell. You will be notified each time I upload something. And there's links below in the description box. There is one to my website, but if you would like to know more about whatever, if I do this or that, what kind of chart, or just ask me anything, it's just easier to email me at zaneszodiac@gmail.com, okay? And don't forget to check out my weekly shorts, which are like the daily aspects, okay? But remember, there aren't aspects between the planets every single day, okay? So, now for your forecast. Hi, Taurus. And you know what? This is for August 2025. I believe I said in my introduction, August 2020. Hey, am I stuck in a matrix or what, right? Please. Anyway, so Mercury is still retrograde in Leo up until the 11th, and then it turns direct and remains in Leo for the rest of the month. And this is occurring in your 4th house, where you have the sign of Leo. 4th house being your home and family, where you physically live, and the property surrounding it. Your private life, your past, your childhood, the foundation of how you were raised, okay? And anyone you live with, like a roommate, family, or whatever. So the Sun is here up until the 22nd, and Mercury has been here since last month, and also Mars transited this area on and off. It was going between Cancer and Leo, So this house has been active, you know, a lot. And it will calm down as these planets move through the zodiac. So right now, with the sun being here till the 22nd and Mercury being here till like the end of the month, into next month, and then Venus moves here on the 25th, which will be really, really nice. Okay. So, you know, at this time, it might seem like, you know, since the end of July that you have more contact, like with family. A lot of times it's, you know, it's the summer. People are getting together for picnics or reunions even, or vacation. Maybe you go to visit a family member or something, or they come to visit you, you know. So your house could be pretty active at this time. Or maybe it's something that's going on in your neighborhood. So you and your neighbors get together, or whatever, but your home is pretty active, especially like with Mercury retrograde here. You could be hearing from people from your past. Okay, this is the house of your past, like your childhood all the way up, you know. And this could have been going on for a while. You know, they could have reappeared when Mars was in Leo. Okay. And now maybe they made plans to come back, or maybe they were still around, whatever. With Mercury here, though, you know, this just brings more contact with family, or people who are close enough to call family. Okay. Could even be about maybe somebody wanting to come and stay with you, you know, maybe for a little visit. I don't see anything real like permanent going on. I don't see them moving in on you. However, you know, the planet Uranus is out of your sign right now. It will go back in, though, I believe in September. Right now it's in Gemini in your second house. Okay, of earned income and possessions. I'll get to that in a minute. Anyways, so you could be feeling a little different. You know, it may be noticeable to you. Maybe some Taurus people won't notice it, but this planet is gone from your sign right now. So you're unaffected in a way, right? I mean, it's still close enough, you know, to be, if we want to get really technical, to an aspect, like a conjunction, okay? But you know, you may feel, you know, try to notice this feeling, you know, because this will actually happen at the beginning of next year. And depending on your age, I doubt very much if you'll be alive the next time Uranus comes around into Taurus. It takes about 7 to 8 years to go through one zodiac sign, so whatever, okay? But anyways, you know, you could have, because the second house is earned income and possessions and many, many other things. It is your house of feelings of self-worth. You know, it's your personal values also, and your valuables. Okay, your investments, things like that. And you may begin to notice, or start to notice, especially with all these planets in your fourth house of your family and stuff, whatever could be going on with them, you know, how you feel when you're around them, you know, when that phone rings and you know it's you're a certain person, a certain relative, you just like get tense right away. Maybe you never realized it before, but maybe like that's what's going on with something like that. You just may wake up one morning and feel like my family doesn't appreciate me, or blah blah blah, you know, or my kid is like, you know, I don't know, just whatever. It's a little bit different, but it will bring out feelings like that. It's not, this isn't just a money house, you know. It does bring, again, your self-worth, you know, your feelings of self-worth. If people aren't treating you the way you want them to, you're the one that has to change that. They're not going to change. You have to teach them how you want to be treated. And this could be one of those things. You could also, though, totally out of the blue, because Uranus is one of those planets that brings about sudden events, totally unexpected, out of the blue stuff, where, you know, I for me, I would play the lottery, okay, just to have this kind of planet, unpredictable planet in a money house. And the fact that, you know, you have Virgo on the 5th house of gambling, and planets are moving into Virgo, right? And, you know, it's worth a shot, especially around the new moon of the 23rd, when the new moon in Virgo. But anyways, I have to say, as far as family goes, somebody may, like, buy something for you. It could be for your home, okay? It could come from a family member or a roommate or something, or someone from your past that is re-entering your life could bring you something or just give you something. It's very unusual, totally out of the blue. You weren't expecting it. Maybe it's something you haven't seen since you were a kid. Could be a collectible or something that you've always wanted or had years ago, but you know, lost it, or you know, just somebody could surprise you with something. Okay, it could be a personal gift or something for your home. Okay. Now, there is a full moon in Aquarius on the 9th in your 10th house. Your 10th house is directly across from your 4th house. Okay, your 10th house being your most public house. This is pretty much your job, your career. It is how you're known by reputation for your career, but also your public persona. Okay, even if you're retired, people still know you a certain way. And with a full moon here, all this means is, you know, if you are working now, currently working, something may happen within your job where you have to put your personal life or your family or something on the back burner for like a day or so to take care of whatever it is at work. You know, to me it doesn't look like it's a very big deal, you know, unless you're doing something where you are changing jobs. You know, you have Pluto here at the same time. Pluto is in Aquarius in your 10th house for about the next 20 years. Right now it's in retrograde motion. So you could be hearing from a past employer or go back to a previous career that you had at one time. You could be thinking about doing that, or you've already done it. Or, you know, you've got 20 years with this planet here, so lots of changes possibly within your career, okay, or your public life in some way or other, right? So it just could be something like that. I don't feel it's a real big deal, okay? Now, I do have to mention Venus is in Cancer, okay? Starts off the month in Cancer and is there until the 25th, and then it will move into Leo, into your 4th house, which brings very nice, pleasant times at home. Just enjoying your home, even if you're just sitting there watching TV, eating popcorn or something. These are the times that you really get to enjoy stuff like that when Venus is in your 4th house. Also, though, if there is some kind of romance going on here, the majority of your time, or the most special moments, okay, will be in a like a home setting, okay? So anyways, you have Venus and Jupiter together in your 3rd house of your everyday life. The people and places you would encounter throughout the normal course of your day, like going to the grocery store or the gas station, post office, something like that. It's also local travel, which is like an overnight trip, a day trip, or a weekender or something like that. This is all forms of communication, including regular postal mail. And this is the written word. If you are a writer, you would have like an awful lot of progress at this time. With Jupiter here, it seems to, if you did have writer's block or something like that, it seems to free you up. It brings you more opportunities to like expand in this area. You know, maybe there was more information that you needed in order to complete whatever it is you're writing. This is also an internet house. You know, it could be a time, if you don't already have one, a podcast or a YouTube channel. Okay, with Jupiter here, this is just like it's a big communication house, and that is like the best way to reach a lot of people, which is what Pluto in your 10th house is going to do. Pluto rules the masses, large groups of people, and what that means is it's going to be in Aquarius for 20 years. So everybody born from now until like the 20 years, what is it, 30 something, 20, 30, I forget the exact year that it is leaving, okay? But whoever is born during that period of time, they'll all have Pluto in Aquarius, okay? Just like now, like whoever's born from now until like next summer when Jupiter moves into Leo, they'll all have Jupiter in Cancer, okay? So, you know, you could be writing something. It could be like fiction. It could be a play, screenplay or something, or it could be instructions, a manual or something, but it could have quite an impact on a lot of people. So just keep that in mind, okay? Let's see here. So then, okay, the sun is in Virgo on the 22nd. Let me see here. Got the wrong paper. 22nd, new moon on the 23rd. Okay. So, in your 5th house, that's where you have Virgo. 5th house being the house of fun. Fun and creativity and gambling and speculation, romance, anything to do with entertainment or sports, and anything to do with children. So this could be like the same time of year. You know, the sun's here at the same time every year, right? So this could be that, you know, same time every year where you go somewhere. You have certain plans, vacation plans, or there's some kind of event that takes place that you go to or you participate in, something or other. And, you know, kids are going back to school, so that could be something, you know, when they go back to school, you do something different. You know, something changes that you're able to do that you weren't because they were home, right? So this is a very creative time when you have planets here, especially with Mars was here. It's still here up until the 6th, okay? So it energizes you physically even. So you may have taken up some kind of sport, or like physical exercise, like or dancing or just walking or riding a bike for fun. All of this was for fun. But when you realize that you feel a lot better, or you're noticing that you're more agile or something or other, but you decide to possibly keep it going as some kind of exercise routine that you'll have like within your everyday life. Because Mars leaves here on the 6th and moves into Libra, and will be in Libra till the end of the month. The 6th house being your house of health, okay? It's also the workplace, your co-workers, the kind of work that you do, and also the house of service to others, okay? Meaning, you know, if someone needs a favor, they may come to you and ask you to help them, and in turn offer to do something for you, so you both benefit from the arrangement. And this could be one of those times. And with Jupiter in your 3rd house, that's your neighbors and your neighborhood, okay? Also your siblings. And we'll say classmates from like middle school, okay? But anyway, so one of these kind of people may ask you for a favor, and it could even be like regarding school, kids going back to school, you know, because that's shakes up everybody's schedule. So it could be something as simple as, you know, carpooling, or, you know, I haven't even heard this term and I don't know how long. Latchkey kids, remember them? You know, maybe they don't exist anymore. You never hear about them, but I'm sure they do. Okay, so maybe you have a child that is too young to be home by themselves still. So maybe they're going to go over to this friend's place and wait until you get home. You know, something or other. But if anybody comes to you with an offer of some kind or other, okay, especially like I said, a neighbor or sibling, somebody that you know, could be a coworker, that might still be okay though too, okay. But anyway, it could be something you might want to do. You know what I mean? It may work out like really well for both of you. And I do have to stress though too, you know, you've got Mars in the 6th house, right? When it's in Libra. So it does make you like not put up with anybody's crap actually, like at work, especially at work. Especially, you know, when you work with people a lot of times that have seniority over you simply because they started working there before you, and that's what they consider seniority, but maybe the company doesn't. But anyways, even though they have the same status as you, they sometimes act like they own the place and they're your boss and you're supposed to follow whatever it is that they say, you know, as far as instructions go on how to do your job and blah, 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 you know, or we're not allowed to do this or that. Well, that could be like maybe they're just not allowed to do this or that, or maybe they're, you know, everybody is different possibly when it comes to what you can and cannot do at work. Certain things you're all the same, but other things you're not. Okay, so you do have to also keep in mind with that Pluto in your 10th house is making you appear to be a very powerful person, someone who can get the job done. You're a leader even if you don't want to be. You probably have some Aries in you. You know, most people in your chart, you usually have planets from the previous sign and the next sign. So you would have possibly at least maybe one planet in Aries and at least maybe one planet in Gemini. You know, stuff like that. So just keep it in mind. Don't, if somebody doesn't want to listen to you, excuse me, that's okay, who cares, okay? Anyways, back to this new moon on the 23rd in your 5th house. That does bring a new beginning in this area as far as creativity goes, and fun and romance and speculation of any kind. Just, you know, this is your time to have a good time. This is the house of fun, okay? So the best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Taurus on the 14th, 15th, and 16th. The best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Scorpio, and those dates are the 1st, 2nd, 28th, 29th, and 30th. The best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, gambling, or speculation, and anything to do with children is the 10th, 11th, 23rd, 24th, and 25th. The best time for money is the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 30th, and 31st. The best time for your career is the 8th and 9th, and the best time for communication and travel is the 5th, 6th, 7th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. So I hope you enjoyed your forecast for August. Be sure to check out my weekly shorts, and I'll see you later. Bye.